So what about the camera that's on you? How's that work?
The camera on me is actually right here.
Oh, okay.
Hello everybody! Welcome to Rage Quit Radio. I'm your host Mike. You may have noticed we've upgraded some things. Or I shouldn't say I'm your host. I'm your GM. Your host is over there right now, or actually I guess...
You're in the know, Mr. Joe.
Or I suppose, for me pointing on screen, I should say over there.
He'll
now.
Adjust to that eventually, because it's not as easy as just staring into a camera.
It's a growing process, ladies and gentlemen.
It really isn't. The first thing I've noticed is I'm going to move where the two screens are, depending on where we're shooting from, because I'm going to be looking off screen every time I'm talking. It'll look straight in a minute, we'll put it that way, as soon as I switch cameras. So, this is session 3 of our Legend of the Five Rings RPG. The test begins. Today we are currently 2 people down, but don't let that worry you none, because one of them is going to be showing up here soon. But for the time being, let's go ahead and let our group introduce themselves, starting on their right, your left.
Hi, I'm Bob. I play Yoji, a wonderful little crab.
Hi, I'm Joe Gibkin's homeboy, Josh. Ook Ook, which is going to be my variant for this role-playing session. I'm playing Shige, the irrepressible, magnificent monkey girl who has more justice than sense.
That's so accurate.
Isn't it, though?
It really is.
I have botched every perception roll except one.
The one that mattered.
You made it up on the way, yeah.
As you all well know, I am your Ronin in the know, Mr. Joe, and I will be playing Mubo, the owl who seems to be the magnet for trouble in this group, considering what happened last session.
Yeah.
As Josh put it, hashtag owl in captivity.
And I'm Sam. I'm playing Saya, the brash and impulsive unicorn who doesn't know when to keep her mouth shut.
But is a preeminent cat lover.
Yes.
And is the foremost veterinarian of her day.
And you folks at home can't see this, but the microphone is actually just out of shot, pointed almost directly at Sam, because she is the most soft-spoken one here. But a couple quick things as we get everything set up. I see we've got a couple of viewers. I know one of them's here actually in the room with us, making sure that everything's working.
I am trying. It's still...
So, well, then we may actually have 2 legitimate viewers at the moment. Hi, out there.
Shall I check? Because I know who they might be.
I'm bringing people too, man.
If you're watching us, I do have a chat window up over here beside us on my dashboard. If you can hear everything, if you can see everything just well, because this is the first time we're doing a 2-camera setup. This is new for us. Let us know in the chat if everything seems to be coming across just fine. While we're doing that, let you guys know there are ways for you to help our players, and you will see them directly under me, or for most of the game, directly under our group. And that is by putting some hashtags in our chat. So, if you want to help our party out, there are 2 ways to do that. One of them is hashtag Spirit of the Void. And if you put that in during the game, then our players will be able to roll a d10, assuming they have no void points when you give this. And right now everyone has 1. But they can roll a d10 And if they roll a 9 or a 10, then the chat has seen to it that the Spirit of the Void awards you an extra Void point. Okay. Another thing that can happen is you guys can let our players know that the kami are with them. If you put hashtag the kami are with you, then those will actually store up for our party. And anytime we get the kami are with you, yay, we're actually live. Okay.
Liveness confirmed.
Okay. Every time you guys say the kami are with you, then I'm going to set a card out here beside me, a little blue card, that our players can spend. And they can spend these cards to ignore the fooling die.
Somebody help me! Or help us.
It will allow them to...
This thing that likes to curse me.
Particularly.
Yeah,
It
that thing
means
hates you,
if
bro.
they roll a 10 on the fooling die, which typically if you roll a 10 on the fooling die and you keep it, then something bad could happen to you later at a time and place of my choosing, or now your choosing at home. But with that, you can let them actually use the fooling die without worrying about it. If they roll a 10, they can spend a kami or with you point and wind up getting to keep the 10 with no problem. And the last one is a way for you to troll our players. And at the moment, the only ones you can troll are poor Joe and Sam. Sam currently has 1 fooling point, and Joe has 2. And those
I thought
fooling...
you cashed one of those in.
Yeah,
last
but you
week.
had 3.
Yep.
I had 3.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
Oh.
You did.
you had 3.
The very first session, Fooling Dine loved you.
So...
Yeah, but I
Hits,
thought I passed
hits,
off on
you got tied up
Never
and,
mind.
and thrown in a warehouse.
Yeah, I was cashed in.
So if you guys decide hashtag Fooling's Will, then at a dramatically appropriate time throughout the game, and you guys can tell me which player Fooling's Will is going to affect, right now whether that is Joe
Hi.
or Sam, then basically I will make sure that Fooling's Will affects them at some point during the session. For the record, they can't see the chat, and I have no intention of telling them either. So,
Be merciful.
so that can happen.
A couple of folks are complaining and it's jumping around with lag spikes too much.
Okay, folks. Yeah, so there may be a little bit of lag. I'm super sorry if there is.
Probably because we're all on Wi-Fi. I'm hopping off of it right now.
Get off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here actually using the Wi-Fi at the moment. So everybody here that's not
I've
needing to
completely
jump
disconnected
off
from
of it.
Wi-Fi.
So
Using my mobile data at this point.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
using
I'm
my
on.
full.
hopefully
my
this
4G.
will sort things out. Everything actually shows fine here on my end, but that means nothing.
I was gonna say that's 3 different people saying it's jumping and freezing.
Okay.
I'm
Can
trying,
someone
folks.
can someone cast dispel lag? I hope we can.
Jesus Christ.
Say hi from the beacons in chat if watching. That was
That's
you.
me.
Okay.
Shocking.
Okay.
The nickname has Ronin in it.
All right, folks. But now something is actually popping up in our chat here too. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Report in that chat, please, and we will try and fix that.
Yeah, let me actually pull up our live chat so that we can see everything. Yeah, tell us if you're seeing something get sideways or whatnot. Actually, let us know in the chat for this session. So this is a grand experiment, so hopefully everything works out. Alrighty, and I'm gonna, let's be smart and put the camera on the party for a second while I step over here and make sure that my phone, you'll see the camera jump a little bit, folks, I'm sorry, but just to make sure that I'm off the Wi-Fi here too.
Yeah, I moved over to kind of help out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using some mobile data just to keep
Yeah.
back and forth with the folks who have been
Okay.
telling us that we've had any issues. Because thank you.
Yes, thank you for the feedback.
Yes, thank you for letting us know.
The
Please
grand
keep it up.
experiment continues.
Hi to my people that are here.
Okay, Starflame.
Thank you for being internet warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
letting us know
Thanks,
we're having
Joe.
some really weird freezing and lag issues. I'm sorry, we're trying. We're constricted by what we've got here, but we're going to give this a shot
blame
anyway.
the
And I hope
monkey.
you guys stay with us. You blame the
Hashtag
monkey.
I blame the monkey.
Hashtag blame the monkey.
It's so
All
easy
right.
to
The
do.
monkey is not an electronics gremlin. The monkey is a monkey.
It cuts to a be right back screen of like a cartoon of a monkey wrapped in like cable.
This monkey radiates EMP. That's what it is.
Okay, so Starflames let us know they're not missing anything, but it likes to freeze every 10 seconds for like 5 to 10 seconds.
Maybe we
Okay.
need to put a little bit of a buffer.
So I'll tell you
direct line.
what. Here's what we're going to do real quick. We're actually going to. You're going to see the streams. The "We'll be right back" screen pop up here for just a second, and I'm going to see if I can get that under control before we actually start playing the game. So stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Level 1.
Okay, folks.
It's hard.
We are back. I hope. So
We hope.
So you guys know in chat, we now have approximately a 45-second delay from anything that happens here live to anything you guys are seeing. So if we don't reply to something you say in chat right away, please don't be alarmed. It just means that that there's a delay, because we're hoping that this will help take care of part of the lag problem.
Yeah, hopefully it will cut some of that stuttering and freezing that y'all have been reporting to us, both via the live chat and personally through here.
Yep. So you can talk to us in the, let's see here. Okay.
Star, that's your cue to say something.
See, mine says live stream offline.
Well,
That's YouTube cycle.
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
no,
just
so
cycling
because you
through.
said 45 seconds.
Yes. So
Yeah, you're right.
it shouldn't even say live stream offline. It just should say we'll be right back. So
Yeah, it just says.
because I can still see what you're talking about too. So
Weird.
alrighty. So folks, we're going to hope that everything is up and running. We're going to go ahead and get started. We got one more player who's going to be coming in a little bit later. We'll be joined by a Scorpion here.
Oh boy, Scorpion.
Here in an hour or so, we'll take a brief break once we get
That's
to
what I
that
was thinking
point.
over
So, alrighty,
And
folks.
she'll be like, kiss my ass, I got another hour on shit.
Alrighty, boys and girls. So, previously on Legend of the Five Rings, Test of the Topaz Championship, you guys discovered that the kitten that has been that had been found in the alley, that eating and so on, that the kitten being hunted down by ne'er-do-wells elsewhere here in our sleepy fishing village has been eating some interesting meals. In this case, the particular cat in question has consumed a part of the Imperial Koku die, the actual die used to mint Imperial currency. Soshi Hamura, an Emerald Magistrate who is assigned to the Owl Lands, has confirmed that yes, it is indeed legitimate, and has informed you that a few years ago, during a siege on Odo Sanuchi, that bandits or other ne'er-do-wells unidentified made off with the Imperial Koku die, and it has not been seen since. But apparently there is a piece of it here, and there are people who very much want it. Y'all got the die out by Saya playing Dr. Unicorn Medicine Woman, and coming up with a poison to make our animal just start puking. Let's see here.
That sounds really bad.
Still freezing and jumping. I'm sorry, folks. We're going to do what we can here. So,
Are they missing anything whenever it's
no,
freezing?
it's just freezing.
It kind of gets an unwatchable state with the
Yeah.
freezing and jumping, which I can't blame them for. Thanks for letting us know.
Yes, most definitely.
Some of them are saying, like, also, video on demand is our friend, and we tend to hack them up into more bite-sized sections anyway.
Yeah, so. But push comes to shove, you'll be able to see it on VOD, or if you pause it and let it, gather up for a little bit, that may help as well. So,
It would.
So, anywho, I'm gonna, as I'm talking here, I am gonna try to put one more little bit of something on here to help us out. So, you have been told that the next morning, the test of the Topaz Champion starts. It is bright and early at the house of the Laughing Carp, where you guys have most all found your lodging. The morning you see many hopefuls gathered. It scares me every time they start doing that.
That was about something we talked about before the session of a name.
Oh, okay.
There's no nefarious side plot we're trying to push.
What are
in
y'all
this
doing?
game.
Yeah, that would be more of, I'd have a different piece of paper, I'd be holding this up, going,
No, you just wondered if one of his NPCs was going to show up.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember the name off the top of my head, and then,
So,
tangent.
But anywho, no, your NPC has not shown up yet. But will. So, okay. Many hopefuls have gathered for morning meal in the dining hall here, the base floor, the lobby as it were, here at the House of the Laughing Carp. You see folks from various clans decked out in their finest. They know that shortly after they're going to wind up heading straight to the Kakita Dueling Academy, where all of the tests shall take place. The atmosphere is somewhere between excited and tense. This is, after all, the biggest Ginpuku in Rokugan. So, bing! Professionalism. Okay. He said jokingly. My phone does. I doubt my phone is set up to be quiet either at the moment. But my phone's actually holding one of the cameras. So, okay. So what are we doing here, folks? What do we want to do this round?
How far after dawn is it?
After dawn?
Yeah.
It's probably about. It's still early morning, maybe 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Were you getting up earlier?
I'm probably still having to deal with, feeding my falcon and my dog.
Okay.
That's something that I would do, especially the falcon at daybreak.
Okay. So you've gotten up and you've been dealing with animals for a couple hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it keeps me out of the main crowds, so, win-win for Mubo. With how things are going right now.
Okay.
It's early enough. Basically, going to get it out of the way. Part of my routine. I'm going to go outside and Play my flute.
Okay.
Play a little. Yeah. She plays a flute. It's kind of a thing she does.
Damn monkeys.
Look, just because you're sleeping off a hangover doesn't mean the rest of Rokugan
I'm
is
not
sleeping off a
hungover
hangover.
anymore, sir.
That reminds me, make a willpower check.
9.
No, you're not hungover anymore.
Rock on, baby.
So, what are you doing this fine morning?
Speaking of, where did the
Honestly,
flying
just
Oh, it's right here.
a couple of,
should be good.
workouts, push-ups, stuff like that, kind of get ready
Okay.
for later. Just get the blood flowing.
And yourself, Madam Unicorn?
I was still in bed hanging out with the cat, make sure the cat's recuperating.
Okay.
And being lazy.
Mine's just a big ass.
Honest to a fault.
Yeah.
Except this is not an honesty that matters for any NPC to go, oh, you're lazy.
Oh, and if it matters, yeah, I got a 15 on my performance flute.
Okay.
So.
So,
15.
where do you go to play your flute?
As far away as possible.
Well, I mean, I'll go out to like the square, like a place where I would generally where anyone else like you would see like street performers or anything like
Okay.
that.
Well, outside the house of the Flying Carp is a fairly
Yeah, so
large
I'll
area.
I'll
so-
play there.
Okay. You do attract some folks, various people who are just sitting there and enjoying the music. Suitably fine performance for such a young musician.
Woohoo.
I kind of want to change my mind about what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Grabbing the cat and heading out to watch Monkey perform, possibly joining Monkey later.
Yay!
Okay.
Because I do have the song.
Well, you hear flute music floating through the window of your room. So when you look out, you do see Shige sitting down in the square in front of the inn, playing her flute and attracting a small audience. So you're going to head down with the kitten, who, by the way, is doing moderately okay, although you do find a number of different hairballs or other things throughout your room. By the way, Starflame Elmira, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. There is a subscribe button, folks. If you're watching, don't forget to hit it.
Don't forget the notification button either.
Yeah, that too, so you know when we're doing stuff.
I basically
And
made
hopefully
a
have
sling
this
for the
fixed.
kitten. That
How
way
can
it
you
would be
bonus
great
with the fooling hashtag if you don't have the notifications?
So,
I was just saying, I basically made a sling for the kitten, so it, like I can carry it without it tying up my arms or whatever.
do you have any skill there that would help you out with that?
With making it?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I got engineering.
You do, she don't.
I was about to
You're
say-
not there, you're doing push-ups.
I could have made it for her last night.
As you engineer her kitten sling with crab engineering.
I was about to say, you just take a piece of fabric.
At which point I just go, you know,
But
that
I've got
nice stuff
animal
on the
handling,
kitten, make it
with
softer.
that, or medicine.
Let's
Inside of a crab shell.
all right, let's do animal handling.
Animal handling.
I add a little padding, considering I'm also an
She's gonna need the fooling die, folks.
There you go.
And help me read this. How many died? Animal handling 2?
Alright, so you have 2 ranks of the skill, and off the main trait you have 2, so you're rolling 4 dice and you're keeping 2 of them.
3, 4 dice.
Remember, 10s explode.
That explodes. So you're looking at 19, because I'm assuming you want to keep high.
Yes.
So re-roll that. Plus 8 is 27. for the
27.
animal handling check.
You have fashioned a fairly sturdy sling. So, alrighty, so you have fashioned this sling together. You have the kitten. Does the kitten have a name yet?
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Mm.
Maya.
Maya and Saya.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's
not
get
original.
confusing.
I am not original.
For those of you at home that missed our earlier sessions, this is Sam's very first RPG ever. So, so you're going to go ahead and take Maya, and you've got her in the sling. You head down to in front of the inn, and the crowd has gotten a little bit larger when you get down there. There's maybe 10 or so people watching you perform at the moment.
Get it.
Uh,
Hustle that money.
I want to join in because I'm brash and I can sing.
Yeah.
so roll performance off of intellect, just to see if you can tell what song she's playing.
Okay, so you're gonna use the ranks.
Do
So
I
you have
need
one
the,
rank.
Do I need the 15?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So you're using the one rank from that.
Look,
You
you know,
said
I'm
intelligence
like
instead.
riffing on Jazz
So you're
Flute here.
working
There
off
is
the
no
back
song.
stats. You roll 3,
She's
keep
playing
it
from the
two.
depths of her monkey soul.
That actually winds up being the same as your normal roll would be.
Sweet. So
15.
15? Actually, you're riffing, but the song you're playing is a riff on an old Ronin tune.
Nice.
So,
Oh, is it Little Soldier Boy? Little Soldier Boy.
not
here.
quite.
makes me cry.
Crying.
Why am I here? Jeez.
No, it's
For all you Avatar fans out there,
so.
we're big fans too.
Yes. Love 'em.
But you recognize the tune and you actually know the words, so you're able to pick up right where she's playing.
Sweet.
So make a performance check, your actual performance, to see how well you're doing.
It's the same thing.
Pitch
It's off
check.
of awareness, and awareness happens to be a 2 as well.
So 3 again? Or just 2?
Yeah, 3 keep 2.
3 dice, keep 2.
I will eventually get this.
12.
12. It takes a second to pick up the beat because she's playing it a little bit faster and happier than you've normally heard it, but you're able to pick right up and start playing along. So together y'all do attract quite the little
Can we
audience.
throw down a hat and start collecting money?
That would not be. That would not be
That's where the owl comes in.
As Shige's playing, she's like, like shakes her head vigorously while playing the flute.
Yeah, that would not be a very samurai thing to do.
Nah, the owl just comes in and says,
No, we're
he
samurai
sees it.
giving entertainment to the peasantry. That's our
Yes.
gift to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Peasantry.
Hey, I got an extra mouth to feed. I gotta do
Legit.
something.
That's what they are.
okay. So where your animals are kept, Mubo, are not overly far away from where the performance is taking place.
I think if I recall correctly, you said that it was just a slight ad hoc addition to the main stable for the inn.
It is, and it's actually off to one side of the inn. So I need you to make a perception check.
Oh boy, a perception check.
Yep.
The monkey's favorite.
You can. Do you have investigation? Of course you do, because
I'm an owl.
you're an owl investigator.
Should
Do
we
you,
go
do you have
investigation?
do you have notice?
No, I do not have the notice emphasis.
Okay, you can make an investigation check with your perception at -2.
Yeah, for some reason I was clued in on the idea of doing interrogator as my emphasis, not notice. 15 minus 2 is 13.
13. The performers are being watched, and not all of them for their performance.
Save us. We just can picture Geek.
Okay. What? Remember, owl in captivity has strong connotations of what's happening with Mubo. Okay. Mubo will, at this point in the morning, probably be brushing down his old hunting hound, Shinshu. So, we're gonna go for a walk.
Okay.
We'll walk into the street and try and catch Monkey Girl's eyes.
Okay. How deliberate are you trying to be? Are you trying to be subtle, or are you trying to actually get her attention outright?
I'm an owl, just in owl colors, with a slightly elderly dog, and probably the only person in the crowd with an animal with them. I don't think I really have to be that gaudy or obvious of attempting as much as I just
You are not the only person in the crowd with an animal. And,
Oh, really?
And
Well-
you are not the most loudly dressed either. Keep in mind that the test starts in just about an hour or so.
It's not.
I would say
So-
probably the
Loudly dressed
Phoenix
is
is the loudly dressed person in the
Yeah,
crowd. if
but
they're
I'm the only one of my colors, which is what I was trying to get at here. I don't immediately start going out like, hey, type
Right.
thing. I just kind of like wander into obvious eyesight whenever she looks up from her flute
Okay.
and wait for the recognition to kick in.
Okay.
Oh boy, can I
Also,
can
I
I
s-
fail a perception check?
Can you fail? A
Also,
perception?
I assume I healed overnight.
Yes, all of you.
From my beatdown.
Has anyone else suffered any damage? Probably not. How much damage had you taken?
5.
5. Yes, you're healed.
I got an 8.
You got an 8.
Doing us
Do
proud.
you have a do you have any skill that would help you be subtle in trying to get the attention, or not advertise but advertise?
I have a couple options here.
Okay.
Starts doing interpretive
Etiquette
dancing.
by being a little too interested.
Okay.
Like 13.
Alternatively, courtier to cause just enough of a ruckus without actually being rude to anybody in my surroundings to get the attention.
Whichever one you want to try.
Etiquette then.
Etiquette? What's your etiquette? Roll.
3 keep 2.
3 keep 2. You're going to add 2 to whatever you roll.
Okay. That would be 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 13. Add 2, 15. I rolled a 15. Minus 2, 13. Wow,
Okay.
I have a trend here.
Even if you'd have kept the 2 low ones, it's, hey, Mubo's in the crowd. Right now, that's about as much as you notice.
Yeah, because as I kind of I elbow Sai and just kind of gesture, and I'm like, oh, Mubo's here.
Do I take
Sai
attention?
wave. Actually, Sai wave. Yeah, you see your Shige wave at Mubo.
You can make a check if you like.
Help me out here. Perception check.
Yep.
Perception check is going to be
Investigation.
raw. You don't have investigation.
No, so just one.
You made a courtier or an etiquette roll,
These
Joe?
actually,
I made an etiquette roll.
These are
Made an
actually
etiquette?
for a set of
Do you have
D10s
courtier?
for the old White Wolf game
No.
Exalted.
She's playing a unicorn pretty accurately.
Yeah, that's true.
What's courtier skills?
It kind of
You
works.
can spend your void point to fake it for a roll.
Fake it till you make it.
Nah,
Baby Boo.
Okay,
I'll
so just make a perception check.
I'll just be as oblivious.
And you have to keep it. A 9.
Yes, 9? Okay.
You're lucky. You're not automatically getting a Foulane point.
Yeah, dude, you might not want to move that screen.
Yeah, I just realized that by moving the screen, I'm moving the camera. Sorry, folks. So, anywho. Sorry, but y'all got a really nice look at the Denzi Caster t-shirt that you can pick up at cafepress.com. So, anywho.
Show
Represents.
Represent.
All right.
And they say this isn't
Professionalism.
monetized.
Push them shirts.
Yes. All righty. So,
Hustling.
yeah. You get the sense that they're just enjoying having an audience at the moment.
Sorry, man. Blonde's here. Come on. Oblivious.
Is your character blonde?
Yes.
Okay.
Very odd.
I'm really very much the
Black
sheep
hair,
of the
because,
game.
well, Rokugani.
I'm
Black
very
hair,
much
don't
the black
care.
sheep. By being blonde.
She's definitely playing the Gaijin blood in the bloodline.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, unicorn.
Okay.
Plus up.
So you've done your exercises and whatnot, your push-ups. You've got a decent sweat going on.
You buff and
So,
you.
Crab's gonna
You
crab.
lift, bro.
Do you even lift?
So what now for our crab?
How bright are my colors that I have to wear? Can they be like low key?
Typically, the crab are low key. Crab colors are typically grays, navies, very rarely but occasionally blacks, and then deep reds.
Okay, so wonderful colors.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess
Yeah,
at
not
this
too
point,
shallow.
I'm just going to essentially get ready, and I kind of want to just head out, see what's going on, and possibly go to the very back of the crowd, where all of this is. All their antics are
Well,
going on.
when you get down
That's a
there,
good word for it. Antics.
Antics, yeah.
Okay.
Shenanigans, even.
So all concerned, you get down there and you see this performance going on. All concerned, make me a perception check. If you have investigation, you can use investigation instead. You do not need the fooling die for this roll.
Okay.
Favoritism.
Hey, you still get to make a perception check.
It's just because everybody needs to make the roll, and I don't want to tie it up.
One dice.
I'm gonna have
One
a
die
two.
for you.
Yeah, do you
And
have
yours
investigation?
will not explode.
No, I don't.
So 10
So you're just rolling 2, and your 10s don't explode.
11.
Okay.
18.
Foe.
Foe.
Monkey, go to monkey.
Foe.
Wow.
I only keep one mic, and I
So-
roll a 4 and a 1.
3.
What do you have?
3.
Not
How
the
do you
lowest.
only keep
Josh. Not
Because
the
my
lowest
perception
one.
is a 1.
Not the lowest one at the table.
Wait,
3.
How many was I supposed to roll?
2.
Okay.
But you don't have a skill, so you were just rolling that.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
My bad.
So,
It's confusing.
alrighty. So we got a 10, we got a fail, we got a 18, and a
Super
3.
fail.
And another
Okay,
fail.
another fail.
I'm an 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one off. But it might help.
So, it don't. Because you passed anyway.
Yeah.
Is Shige gonna have to whoop a jabroni with a flute?
It's essentially what happened in school. Hey, you just passed, whatever.
Wow.
Use my sweet mantis plan jujitsu.
Hits face.
Ball cow.
Foot meets face technique.
So, you notice there are some people in the crowd watching that their facial expressions and whatnot, they're not music lovers. But they are intently paying attention for something. For you, you see a particular brow and bald-headed pate under a jingasa in the crowd.
Oh no.
Now, keep in mind that I will ask this: where's the die? Like the actual piece of the koku die.
We left it with Hamura.
Y'all left it with Hamura, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure that's still what y'all were doing.
Who was gonna give it to us? I mean,
Kids.
just give it to
We're
this thing
kids who
right
are
here
very
for
likely
him
going
to
to be
lose.
killed in short order.
Just give it to the monkey. She'll lose it in about 20 seconds.
Whoa!
You'd be doing a backflip somewhere. Let's all admit it.
Wow.
At least I'd be sober when I did it.
I am
Where
sober.
do
Barely.
you perch for your fluting?
Where did I? I mean, I've got a little mat that I'm sitting on a mat like right out in front of the inn.
I'm assuming, unless you told me otherwise, I'm assuming that your back is to the door, or
Yeah.
back is to the wall of the door.
I mean, obviously not blocking the entrance. So
I
people
will
get in and out.
utilize sincerity as much as possible here to approach the flutist and whisper a few words in her ear of, "You're being watched."
Give it a shot.
Okay.
It's worth noting that, I'll ask this, do you have courtier or acting? Because either of those will actually serve you better than sincerity.
I have courtier.
Okay. Courtier serves you better than, in this instance, than sincerity does.
10.
10? So you managed to rather discreetly get your way up there and whisper this into Shige's ear. I'm not even going to make you roll because now you know something is up.
And then as I elbow you slightly, and then
Make a performance check.
Yep.
Let's see if there's a hitch in your playing when you get their news.
That's a nice find.
23 ain't no hitch at all. So.
I assume not. Okay.
Finally happened.
It's not a perception check. The monkey's fine.
She's playing jazz flute like Ron Burgundy, right?
Or wait, are you throwing alcohol down and lighting it on fire while you're doing it?
Okay. So you're
As
elbowing Saya.
I get, and then as I kind of nod and then stop, and they say, and thank you for joining us for this morning's performance. To my fellow, actually, out of character, trying to think of the term. To my fellow contestants out there, best of luck today, and may fortune find you at the end of the tournament. Ohayou gozaimasu!
Okay.
Monkey gonna do what monkey gonna do.
Alrighty. So go ahead and make one last perception check for me.
All of us?
No, just Saya.
8.
Okay. With all this has been going on, and what was not necessarily an unabrupt end to a song, it came to an end, and it came to an end smoothly, but the crowd is wanting more, and has a sense that perhaps there would be. But with everything that's going on, there are eyes on the cat, and you can tell. But no one's... What's happened?
It's the first time I've ever seen one of my dice get cracked.
Stop trying to weigh down your dice.
So you loaded the dice?
Rigging his dice.
Chain link
So-
satchel.
No,
That's what
sure.
I'm-
Blame it on the satchel.
Blame it on the back.
Blame it on the chain. Anyway,
Whatever you do, don't let the chain on you.
anyway.
Don't roll that
That's
die.
why do I come here?
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. But yes, there are eyes on the cat. It's a rather imposing-looking figure in the crowd. Older, bald-headed man with a very distinct brow.
In a Jingasa.
In a Jingasa. Not a fine Jingasa, mind you, just a Jingasa.
Oh, he switched because it was a fine Jingasa the first time he showed
Yeah.
up.
That's the wrong person.
Oh.
This is a person Mubo recognizes, not the rest of them.
I'm sorry, I just assumed all the members of Jingasa Club had fine Jingasa.
No, but apparently
rule
it
of
is
Jingasa
Jingasa Club.
Because when you're Jingasa Club for life.
So,
Yeah, when it's right.
but he's making no
Nappy.
movements.
Yeah, Jingasa.
So
Hashtag nappy
there's
Jingasa.
too much of a crowd out here at the moment for him to try anything.
I was about to say, I guess
Small blessing.
jauntily salute the crowd and follow wherever they're going.
Okay. Well, it is about time for y'all to commence to heading to the academy for the opening ceremonies of the Test of the Topaz Championship.
I assume bringing my hunting hound along would be a little bit gauche.
I'm bringing Maya.
For what
You're a
reason?
unicorn. This is less of a thing.
For what reason would you want to bring the hound?
Mostly of we're running out of time and I'd have to put the hound up and the hound is with me right now.
It's just
What's the name of your aide?
My aide?
Well, your the NPC that
Mew.
goes with- Mew.
M-I-U. Mew.
M-Y-U?
I.
M-I-U. Mew. And we're all cat themed. So
I was thinking Pokemon.
No, yeah. Got to
So,
go Pokemon with it.
Now for the reason when I picture Sai and Maya, I picture her like a Palico from Monster Ranch.
welcome to my life as a GM, folks. So no. Mew arrived overnight. She was slightly delayed, but she approaches you through the crowd. It's good to see you. Yeah. Moob.
Well, I don't know how much you're with the group at the moment, or if you're still in the crowd, but you two kind of notice Mubo looks a little uncomfortable with the fact that she is so out of breath and acting even remotely subservient with the whole good to see you and breathing hard and all that.
Well, no, she's not necessarily
Well, not
acting
subservient, but going out of her way not
Polite.
to catch her breath first.
She, eh.
Do you need a drink of water?
Hi.
Alright. Let me go get you some.
She gulps down a quick bit of water. Makari-sama put our camp so far away. Ugh.
Usually that would be to punish me.
You have the nice inn.
Why is he punishing? I don't want to know. Mubo looks completely embarrassed by this.
She's like, oh, I hope they didn't put the monkey camp too far back. Oji-sama has bad knees. Basically, Grandpa has bad knees.
It's on other side of Owl.
Surely there wasn't a need for you to rush. Hamura-sama
wanted me to let you know. Rio, Crane that was with you, Rio went missing overnight.
Oh. He barely avoids like doing this full nervous biting on fingernails for a moment because he immediately thinks to the real bad stuff they're dealing with, and one of our members is missing. Yeah.
You know the name Rio. All of you met him very briefly, but except for Omyoji, who might know him better than everyone else because he was the one actually watching over you while you were passed out most of the time.
Yeah.
So, Hamura-sama says that they're looking for him and that the Crane have been informed, but to go ahead with the test and report if you see anything unusual, and I can be a runner.
Time out. Oh, Seeley, just to point this out, this is the samurai who happens to have etiquette 3 with an emphasis in conversation, and she's not bothering to catch her breath.
Yeah.
So this was urgent.
Oh yeah. Would it be remiss for Mubo to consider Hamura almost sensei-like, given the current theme of matters?
No, not at all, especially considering that he is stationed in Owl Land, so he's not a stranger. Owl Lands are not particularly big.
Not at all.
You've probably seen him more than once. He's probably even, on occasion, been an instructor or helped with instruction at your dojo.
Just perhaps not as enthusiastically as a certain Yarrow.
Different class.
True. Very, thankfully. Although I suspect you can teach Yarrow's class, but Yarrow can't teach the other.
Yeah, you don't need to learn to take a hit, so Yarrow won't be teaching you.
Do let Sensei know. Patience is a virtue they are following by circumstance. Why don't you take Shinshu with you and take your time going back? I think for the moment we will be fine. And he kind of just gestures at the throngs of other contestants that we're all going to be eventually funneling our way over to the dojo.
Okay. And she bows and this taking time, very good idea. Very good idea.
Why don't you go visit Hayakaze before you leave? I'm giving her the excuse to linger.
Yes.
definitely catch your breath among
Right.
other things.
Okay. So that said, it'll be about time to head in for the opening ceremonies. We're actually going to take a real quick break before we do that because, well, the GM's got to run to the restroom. So, and other people need refills. So we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back, folks, to begin our opening ceremonies for the test. Stick around.